To make money, there are three levels you need to attain. These three levels will also help you in building wealth. The first level is the skill level. Now, you'll ask, what is a skill? Skills are those things that you do to solve people's problem and they pay you for solving that problem. For example, I have a domestic worker who comes to my house to wash my clothes and clean my house. So each time she comes to my place after her service, she gets paid for her service. Now, her skill is to clean my house and wash my clothes, do the laundry and all whatnot. And at the end of the day, she earns herself an income. Well, guess what? That is a low income skill. Whereas the owner of the organization makes more money than her because she works for him. He runs an organization where he sends people out to go do some domestic work for individuals in their homes. Now, the basic thing you need right now to earn money, even if you're broke or you're wondering where your next meal will come from, all you need right now in your life to make it is a skill. When you have a skill, you can turn it into money because even if everything in this world is taken away from you, your skills can never be taken away from you. I found myself broke, in debt, and broken, lost everything. But it was my skills that I had and the ones I learned to add to what I know that brought me back up. Please note that when I say skill, I'm talking about in demand high income skills. The second is the business level. Building a business is where you can exchange products or service that have some form of value in them that people are willing to pay you for them to give you money. Now, business is very simple and direct. It gives you more money because it has leverage. Because with business, you have structure. You have systems in place that can duplicate your skill in terms of taking advantage or leveraging on systems and on people's time and efforts. And this in turn makes you more money. Just like the owner of the organization that supply domestic workers to home to go work for them, he is running a business and he makes more money. But the domestic workers are not making more money like the owner. That is why you need to know that there is a difference between low income skill and high income skill. And when I talk about skill, I'm talking about you going for the high income skill. There are high income skills that are in demand right now that are relevant to the current global economic need in today's world. You need to pay attention to them. And one of them is the use of AI in business growth. You may want to go research about that. The third level is the investment level. The investment level gives you more money because it takes little or no effort from you. All it takes from you is to put in more money and those money brings in more money for you. Here, the goal is to make money that will make you more money. It's so funny that most people start their journey to create wealth from investments, which is very wrong. For example, the MMM and the likes of them, where someone asks you to bring your money and put your money into something and it multiplies. Now, when something goes wrong because they are not protected by the government, everyone loses their money, which is very wrong. So on your journey to building wealth, you don't start earning money from investment level. No. Some people go to start with a business level. You see, everybody says that this business is what's happening right now. Then you go to start your own business. You started a business without learning how to succeed in that business. For example, you learned how to bake because you learned how to bake. You decide to open a bakery shop and you think that that's how you are going to succeed. No. Learning a particular trade is not a guarantee that you will succeed in that trade because no matter how successful a trade is, there are people who are losing money every day in that trade. There are people who are not making money every day, no matter how successful that particular trade is. And some of them will end up thinking that that business is a failure. But yet, there are people who are making money from that trade. That's to tell you that you don't just learn a trade, but you need to go the extra mile in learning the business of the trade because in that is the business of the skill. So learning a trade is not what makes you money, but learning how to make money with a trade is the business of the skill in itself. That's what makes you money. I can remember back in the day when my dad was still alive, we had this apprentice that came to learn and we accommodated him based on a contract for 7 years. So 6 months down the line, this young man felt like because he has spent 6 months learning the business of the Almaco, where we sell building materials, including glass. So he thought that he has learned how to cut glass. He now knows the business. So the next thing he did was to quit. He quit his job, and while quitting, he did some funny things like stealing money and disappearing into another town to start his own business. He had a shop where he started his own business, but guess what? Less than 6 months, he had to shut down the business. Why? Because he didn't know the business of the skill. He learned how to cut glass, but he didn't learn the business of the glass. That's what brings in the cash flow. Why do you think in the Igbo business culture, people go to serve their masters for 5 to 10 years? In fact, some even pay for 6 to 12 months just to see the behind the scene, because they are not just learning the skill of the business, they are also learning the business of the skill. So, these three levels to earning money and building wealth are very important for you, but you need to focus on the first one, which is the skill level. Because when you learn the skill, then you'll be able to solve people's problem to earn money. Once you have attained this level, the next is to build a business around your skill. And that's why you need to learn the business of the skill that brings in more cash flow. Now, when you've attained that level, then you can go into investment. So, see you in our next episode as we go deeper on the skill level. If you're new to this channel, do well to subscribe, turn on post notification, and like this content. Share with your friends, and see you in our next episode.